And anyone watching this recording on how to do a market analysis for your listing presentation you have coming up. So congrats on that, Vanessa Lawler with Vision Forward Realty. What I like to do is I come here to the MLS because there's a couple things I want to do. I go to searches, I click interactive map, I type in the property address. If this is a very suburban area, and if you know the area well, I'll do just a half-mile radius and I'll start there. Obviously, the closer the property the comparables are to this property, and if they're very recently sold, then great. They're going to be used right from the eyes of an appraiser. And so there's a couple eyes or ways you want to look at this. One from the eyes of an appraiser, because you can get a bunch of offers, but if it doesn't appraise, then you're out of luck. But you also want to look at it from the eyes of a buyer, so your competition. So I do a half-mile radius. Obviously, if you can't find anything, then you can go a lot farther. But then I click here to search criteria. Cool thing about this is if you just don't remember any of this, you can just keep going line by line. Okay, residential. I also have a tab open that has under realist, it has the property information. So I know that this is a 5-bed, 4-bath house. Right, special listing conditions, none. Property type, single family. There might be some condos in here. And then the couple things that I like to look at is I like to do active, closed, expired, canceled. I only like to go back a couple months. Let's do March 1st. And there's a reason why. So active, because I want to know what my competition is. Closed, because that's what an appraiser is going to look at. But then also, if we're worried about where we're going to list the price at, expireds and cancels are going to tell you that. And then personally, I only put a little bit of detail. So I know this is a 5-bed, 4-bath, but I'm going to put 4-bed, 3-bath. Just as an idea, you can do square footage, but I wanted to start here so I know. You click display, 1-line grid. I want to know what these properties, what people might be looking for. There's not a huge difference between 4 and 3, but also if I find a 4-bed that's bigger square footage, like I know that my subject property, they're around this square footage or this much square feet. I don't want to see the same thing on a 4-bed, 3-bath because it's probably going to be bigger rooms. So it's not really that much of a comparable, or if that's my competition. So if I have a 4-bed, 3-bath, same square footage, it might be bigger competition because those rooms and bathrooms are going to look so much bigger in person. So you have one that's active that just dropped their price to $744. You've got one active at $759,900. You have one canceled, and so we'll go into more details with these, but one canceled at $771, one expired at $745. Let's make sure actually went back on the market and sold. So this canceled one, La Guarita Circle. This one did end up selling right after. So they came on the market at 771, sold for 750. Good thing about that is you get a seller who says, no, I want to just see what happens at 770. Well, look what already happened. This guy already showed you exactly what happens when you go that high in the market. So then I click this tab and I go line by line. I like to go picture by picture. So if you don't know what the inside looks like, I would print out these comparables with all of the pictures. So you can do, I think it's either reports or something like that, but you want to make sure you select the option where you can see all the pictures or bring your laptop with you. And I go through and someone says, well, I want to list at 750. And I come here and I say, well, your house looks just like this house, same paint color, carpet in the same area. Let's see, what other details can we point out with this one? Carpet in the living room. This is virtually staged. Carpet everywhere. Your house is just like this one. This looks somewhat original. If we're on Zoom, I don't know if you can see that thing. Everybody knows how to fix this. It'd be great. But if I open a new tab, it sometimes doesn't show it. right? I've just got a carpet in the living room. None of this looks really that updated. It looks livable, right? Move-in ready, but it's not updated. I mean, it's nice countertops, it looks like it's in good condition, but not updated. So the reason why I look at that is it's just going to help me figure out their comparables. Because if theirs is updated, then obviously it's going to be a little bit different. But if theirs looks just like this, then maybe I want to come in cheaper than this one. I'd have to see when they dropped that price, but they're active 417. There's a way down here where I can see when they reduce their price. But I want to make sure that the property I'm listing isn't in competition with that we beat it out price wise. So this one's listed at 759 900. It's been on the market for a little bit. Looks more updated, but as I look at these pictures, it's kind of that darker hardwood. So it's not, it looks like, honestly, it's hard to tell in the recording, but two different, that's carpet, that's tile. So once again, just half renovated. But this is your competition. So if my listing that I'm doing a presentation for looks just like this one, I'm going to tell them let's come on at like 739 or 739 in this market. But I'll show you through the close, just because this one, they probably came on too high and they're having to drop the price. And then it's harder when you're the brand new one, you haven't been on the market that long. It's easier to justify, the 745 versus the one that had to drop their price to 745. So this one canceled. They were at 770. Looks like they had a pool. What I really like to look at as well. So they closed in January. Downside of that is they probably went into contract right after the holidays, possibly. Listed for 619 and sold for that. If we scroll down to the bottom, yes, they had multiple offers. They got two. They did an assumable. That can be tough because it depends on how much money they owed on the property. They listed at 665, so they sold for a little bit less. So the thing with an assumable mortgage is if I listed for, or if I've paid off a lot, or if I have a ton of equity, someone either a lender has to approve of a second mortgage to cover that difference, or they have to pay cash, and that's tough to do. So this next one, here we go. This is getting a little closer. 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,800 square feet. Listed for 698 900, sold for 707. Scroll down, they had multiple offers. Yes, 42 days in escrow. They had 3 offers. Original price was 780 though. So they did what the heck. Original list price was 780. They did 100 grand almost price drop. That's interesting. Okay, this one listed for 775, sold for 772, but this is probably really updated, right? Bad. Small backyard, but still. Scroll down, one offer, they gave a credit of 1250, so who knows why. You can look at price per square foot. I don't really look at that too much unless if I'm trying to compare renovated versus not renovated. This is a much older home. Listed for 677, got 677, one offer. I want to look at the trends too, how many offers they get. So this one has a pool, so if yours has a pool, selling for more, 749, sold for 745. So this one's pretty close and it has a pool. It looks like it's pretty well renovated in these pictures. So if yours was not this well renovated or looked this new, this modern, it's kind of older but move-in ready. That's like a darker carpet, lighter floors. It's not super modern, super new. Yeah, older tile in the kitchen for sure. So if there's more renovated and they have a pool, I would guess that they could sell for more. Plus, this did close in January 7th. If they originally listed during the holidays, as well. Order to sell then. Here we go. Yep, list date 1204. So kind of a comparable. They also listed for 765. I just would not go on the market higher than 750 would be my guess. One offer, not really that much of a comparable because it's almost 1,000 square feet less. sold for 750. Once again, pool. Oh, this is the one that was on the market and then came off. One offer. Let's see. Expired. So why did this one expire? Because it never hasn't gone back on the market. 5-bed, 3-bath, 2,800. So it's kind of close to yours. They were listed at 745. It looks like relatively, good pictures. Uh, Or ish bathroom still move-in ready though. Well, that old style carpet, old style tile. What instructions look like. Oh, vacant. Well, that's interesting. There's a lot of stuff in there. So honestly, because there's all this stuff in here and it says vacant, I bet you this does not look virtually staged. I bet you this looked a lot different in person than on these pictures. So I wouldn't worry too much about this one. And then what price did they go on the market? Yeah, original price at 65. So I would definitely list at 745 maybe, and expect to get 750. It does look like there are a lot of properties getting multiple offers, and that's also the key too, is you don't want to see a trend of no offers or one offer. You don't want to see of all the comparables, you don't want to see a trend of, a ton of credits being given for interest rate buy downs, because then you just got to expect that. Yeah, I would probably come on just depending on the condition, obviously. If it's pretty well renovated, I'd probably list at 750, knowing we're going to get more and get multiple offers. If it's not, if they need a rent back, maybe do 739, so you can also negotiate that in. If they don't need a rent back and it's, move-in ready but not super updated, I'd probably do like 745 and expect maybe to get multiple offers and try to get it around 750.